Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great week. Now we are already in the third week of January already, and I feel like the time is flying by so incredibly fast. But with regards to today's topic, I'm going to be touching on makeup finally, because I kind of wanted to start my videos this year a little bit more of a vlog, relaxed, kickback kind of style. So that's what I did, but we're already approaching the third week, so it is about time we talk about makeup. As you guys can see from the topic at hand, we're going to be talking about ABH Magic Touch Concealer that came out, I reckon, around September last year. Now I've been trying it out for the past couple of months, and I feel now is a good time to talk about it because I've had my fair run of it. So we're going to be talking about that today. So if you guys would like to see the swatches, the try on, what my thoughts are on it, then stay tuned and keep on watching. So finally, you guys, I'm going to be sitting down and talking about concealers. I feel like I haven't done this topic in a while, so it's good to kind of cover the spectrum to kick off this new year. We are already in our third week, like I mentioned, so it's not really kicking off. So in terms to the ABH Magic Touch concealers, the shades that I have here are in 8, 9, and 10. Now for reference, I've been using all three of them as a mix, but the closest match to me has been shade number 8, which is this little beauty right here. So this one has a more warm undertone, and right now I have my foundation on, base of blush and contour. I haven't really put on a highlighter yet because I feel that's going to muddy up when I put on the concealer, so I didn't want to mess around with that. But the closest shade that I am is in shade number 8. But just for reference, you guys, this is how all three shades look like on the back of my hand. So this one is in shade number 8. This is the closest match to me. And then we have shade number 9, which is more of a cooler tone shade. Really cool for brightening, but if you have warm undertones like me, this is going to look a little bit ashy, so I kind of opted for number 8. And then finally in the middle you have shade number 10. So these are all the three shades that I have. So for today, I'm going to be applying on shade number 8 to show you guys how, it performs. So a little bit of a description with regards to this concealer. This is a medium buildable coverage concealer, meaning to say that when it goes on, it has a lot of pigment, but you can also build it up to a full coverage if you absolutely need to. I believe ABH came out with 25 shades in total, but in Malaysia, we only have 16 shades available to us. And in terms of the price point, it is retailing at 145 ringgit, and for the finish, it's supposed to be a very hydrating finish as well. So I'm going to talk you guys through its finish as I apply this underneath my eye, give you guys an overview of what my thoughts are on it over the past couple of months of trying it out. So on application, I'm going to be having a mirror here, you guys, so just in case you're wondering, you only need a little bit, because let me tell you, the pigment on this is quite a bit. You don't really need a lot, so you only need to put it at the high points of your cheek as well as your under eye corner. Just a little bit will do. And also, I have to say, for the amount that they give you in this little bottle is quite a bit. So there is about 0.4 fluid ounce. And originally, because I was using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as well as my Tarte Shape Tape, and I honestly thought the Tarte Shape Tape had a lot, but comparatively this one gives you quite a generous amount as well. So in terms of the setting time, this one actually sets in about 20 to 30 seconds. And how I normally like blending it out, I've tried it out with a brush as well as a beauty blender, and I always find that I like the beauty blender so much better because it's able to give me a more even coverage than the brush, if that makes sense. But as you can see, this blends out really well, and like I said, a little bit does go a long way, you guys. I'm sorry, the lighting is just not working for me today, but I hope that you guys can see how much this was able to blend. Honestly, you guys, it looks beautiful on the skin. My first impressions when I tried it was, this looks immensely beautiful. The coverage is stunning, and honestly, you guys, my dark circles just went away like that. Now, I don't have such severe dark circles to really pinpoint to you guys whether you would need a corrector with this concealer, but this one does give a lot of pigment. But of course, if you have very dark circles, I would recommend going in with a corrector just in case. Now, while this one does say that it is a buildable coverage, I honestly think one and done is good enough, because with this you don't really need a lot to kind of get to that full coverage moment. Although now that I'm seeing it, I don't really think this is medium. I feel like this is a full coverage moment right here, so you really don't need a lot to build. Skin looks pretty glowy and pretty good, although right now I do have like a little something here peeking out, like best friend moment, let's make an appearance, but it is what it is. But I have to say that in terms of wearing it for a duration of 4 to 6 hours, or maybe even longer than that, the coverage does dim down a little bit. Maybe not like as much as you would want, like it's completely gone, but it does go down just a little bit. But for me personally, that wasn't really an issue because it was able to look really good. But just for reference, I do want to let you guys know that my skin is more on the dry side. So usually for my base and everything, I would usually set it with like a super hydrating primer, and the same thing goes for the concealer. So whether or not I do set it with a powder does not really make that much of a difference unless the setting powder is that strong and it mattifies the whole face. Then obviously there are going to be creases along the way with my concealer, and sometimes even the skin. If you are uncomfortable with the slightly sticky feeling on your face, this one doesn't really give you that, but you can definitely feel like, oh, this is not set, I don't really feel comfortable with it, then by all means you can definitely set it with this one. So right now, you guys, I'm going to quickly do up the rest of my face. I'm going to be doing a very simple makeup look today because I'm actually just going out for errands. I'm not going anywhere fancy, so I'm quickly going to do that and come back and just talk to you guys a little bit more on my take on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. Okay, you guys, so I am done with my makeup, and I told you guys it's going to be a very minimal look. So basically just a little bit of an amp on the blusher, contour, and just on the eyes a little bit, like my lashes is popping. And then I really like this lip stain that I've been using quite recently. This one is from ABH as well. This is their lip stain, and this is in the shade Dusty Rose. And honestly, like for me, if you go out every day and you want something really simple but it looks really nice and pouty and very effortlessly natural, I would really recommend this one, because honestly the formula on this is so on point, and when you blend to get that ombre effect, it actually gives you just that as well without it looking too much. So in terms of that, you guys, I have also done the face. Basically this side is set with a setting powder, so you can see it looks a little bit more mattified, less on the glowy side, whereas this one, I honestly just used powder around it, but I did not set the concealer underneath here. But the one thing that I will tell you, if you have hooded eyes like me, and when you smile it tends to crease up a little bit here, you might want to use a little bit of setting powder and just set it over here, because there will be a little bit of a crease. But other than that, honestly, you guys, like this formula is really good. The pigmentation is really good, and for me, most importantly, so it doesn't slip or slide when you apply other products on top, or whether or not, you know, you just want it as it is. You want a little bit of a glowy effect, as you guys can see, like on this side. So if you want all that and more, like honestly, I would recommend this particular concealer. Now this is in no way a lightweight concealer, because you can definitely see that it has coverage, and it's pretty much on a higher buildable kind of coverage side, like its description states. But for me, if you want to look for something that basically takes away any form of dark circles, it gives you a beautiful brightening effect, as well as it's able to last really long, then I would give it to it as an A+. And personally, I've been using it for months now, you guys, and I have not stopped reaching for it. So it kind of shows you where I am at this point. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed preferences from my friends in terms to the dry down time and in terms to how its wearability is. And for me personally, you guys, I think each to their own. Like for me, I did not see any form of flakiness. I did not see my skin react to it in a bad way. I did not see it settle down to any of my fine lines, which I thought was great, except maybe for this part, because I do tend to smile a lot, so that is the area where it's like automatically like ching, a line will come there. And I honestly, when I first saw it, I was a little bit scared because my skin is very dry and normally does not really take well to medium to high coverage concealers. But I'm really happy with this one because yeah, my skin took to it well and I was able to wear it out for more than 6 hours with no problem at all. So in terms of that, that is my thoughts on the ABH Magic Touch Concealer, and I really do hope that you guys found this information helpful. Of course, if you have any questions at all that you want to ask me about the concealer, you can always leave it in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And of course, if you did like this video, then do give it a thumbs up. That will help me a lot. And join this little family so you can see more of my video uploads every single week. So in terms, you guys, that is basically it for today's review, and I will see you all in the next one.